And I haven't had crab on HCG yet at all. And I love crab, like adore crab. And we eat so much of it in the spring, summer, fall kind of times that by fall I'm kind of sick of it. And yesterday, being February, I haven't had it since, I don't know, November probably, maybe even October. And it was so good. I wanted to eat the whole crab, and I normally only eat about a half a crab anyway. But I'm realizing that I may have contributed to my big fat goose egg this morning in two ways, but I'm not sure which one because I weighed my crab meat after it was cooked because you can't weigh crab meat when it's raw. You have to shell it and weigh it once it's cooked. So I'm realizing that last night I had 100 grams of crab meat. I'm sure it's not too terrible, and I'm sure calorie-wise I was fine, for sure. But well, except for my other thing I tried. I don't know how that works. But so I don't know if the crab being 25 grams probably about over in my allowed amount contributed to my goose egg, or if it was chocolate delight. I tried chocolate delight for the first time yesterday. I have not had any coconut oil cooking with it or anything since I started. And so, being that it was Valentine's Day and I've been having these weird chocolate cravings, I decided to let myself give it a whirl, and I made Heavy Dobby's chocolate delight recipe, and oh my god, it was so good. And I added a little bit of Himalayan sea salt in it, and oh, it was delicious. Um, a friend of mine at work is moving away from here, and we had a coffee for her this morning. So another coworker was making a cake for her, and I had some icing here in the cupboard, so I was bringing that. So I decided last night I was going to make myself just a single serving of chocolate delight, but my husband wanted to try it, so I decided that I'd make a full batch, and then I'd take the rest to work this morning for the coffee and um, pound the shit out of it and put it on top of the icing on the cake, and people loved it. Um, I don't even think I had told them it was sugar free, and I had put out a little bit in a bowl for people to try too, and people were just eating it up and thought it was delicious. So that was a hit for both me and my coworkers. Um, so then again with like the same thing I did with the other two things, I don't know why I don't put two and two together and not add two things that I've never tried in one day, but apparently I like to make things hard on myself. So I tried today again having crab for lunch and having some chocolate delight at the coffee, obviously. So we'll see how I do tomorrow. I'm hoping neither one of those things inhibits my weight loss, because with my goose egg today, that would be right on par, because I lost 1.2 yesterday with my down and my stepping kind of pattern that's seeming to rear its ugly head at the end of my round, but or nearing the end of my round. But like the crab thing, if it is, that's what it is. It might just be that I ate too much of it too. It might not be crab at all. So that one's I don't, whatever, right? I just gotta go with it. I also am excited for Chocolate Delight in P3 because I'd love to add some whipping cream or coconut milk to make it a little more like a milk chocolate. I loved the dark chocolate. It was great, but I would like to try that. Anyone who has tried it, I'd love to hear if it worked, because I can't see why it wouldn't if you added it at the end, but I think that would be awesome. Measurements. I don't know if I've ever talked about my measurements, but I only do my measurements every 2 weeks, and today was my 4-week mark. And I do 6 measurements. I do my bust, my waist, my hips, my belly, my inner thigh, my bicep. And I think I've told you guys before that I carry all my weight in my stomach. So I'm really happy with what's happening because I really wasn't expecting to lose and don't have a lot to lose off my hips. Um, my husband is a little, I think, upset about the losing it in the bust, but that's what happens. As of today, I've lost a total of 22.5 inches, um, which is crazy. The first 2 weeks when I measured, I'd lost 15 inches, and I've lost another 7.5 in the last 2 weeks. So it's like double. I don't know. I don't know why I'm slowing down so much, but it's okay. So I'll take 22.5 inches. Um, the biggest difference is my waist, which I've lost 7.5 inches off my waist. That can't be right. Yeah, 7.5 inches off my waist. Sorry, I had to use my fingers. I do accounting for a living. It's not very cool.